Hey everybody, it's your host, Sam Aussie here with another episode of Satisfactory. This is episode 15, I believe. And in this episode, we are going to be doing the assemblers finally. We were supposed to get to the assemblers last episode, but came to the conclusion that we definitely needed more reinforced encased industrial beams before we could actually make it because we didn't have anywhere near enough. So I produced the concrete factory to pipe it along here into our buffer chest system, and then I've done all of this belt shenanigans here, as well as 2 floors of the assembly, just so that I could get out all the teething issues ready for this episode. So we're already about, what, say 2.5, 3 hours into the recording session, and I haven't actually recorded a clip till now, so this is going to be a good one. At any rate, we'll build an entire floor for the assembly on camera. I've already done all the math required and everything like that, so it should be pretty straightforward. I'll tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and without further ado, let's get into it. Righto. Straight off the bat, we're going to need power, so I've put a power pole here, remove this, just like we always do, grab power from the floor below, bring it up, and place the foundation back. That should always be the first thing you do on each floor of your factory, because otherwise you'll have the nightmare with power at the very end. I'll always preach this, always do this. This is great. Then, whatever I want, really, but usually I'll always start in the middle. And then the way that you know that a merge is going to fit is you see that white line at the front of the assembler? I'm sure you can. When it overlaps the little grey grating like that, and it's not hanging over the edge, that's the perfect placement for you to fit a wall in here and get a merger in the middle if you do this. So, another quick tip. I'll keep them coming for as long as I can. Make the game as easy as possible for you guys. But as I said, you'll notice that a merger now just slots right in there perfectly, with no overhang or anything. So, doesn't clip. Perfect fit. Having said that, these assemblers are a little bit wider than I'm used to, so we get a bit of excess dead space on the corners, but that's okay. You know, these things happen. So what I've been doing is, for my belts for these, is just coming across to... yeah, we'll go up on the top, I want to say. The top? I can't remember, it'll be fine. It's not a big deal. And we'll do that. You in there. Yeah, I think I did that the other way around. Oh well, look, doesn't matter. As long as these are square. Are they square? Yeah, square enough. As well do this side. Get the boring stuff out of the way right away. You in line, 1, 2. And that should all link up. Funky dory. Look at that. Wait. So we know that we've got everything spaced out now. It's all going to fit perfectly, which is what you want to do whenever you build a factory. Now it's just a matter of expanding the whole thing. So let's grow it, shall we? So I'm going to do 7 assemblers on each side. For this anyway. I find that with everything else in the game, I like to work the math out so I have the perfect amount of... oh, god dang it. I need to go get more cables. Buffer storage. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, man. Where is him? Yeah. Now, let's watch this absolute nightmare as I try to get back up there. I've found the easiest way to do it is to come across to my screws. And come across this way. All the way across. Yeah. If I can make this jump, we're good. Ah, oh, dang it. I can't make that jump either, can I? I may have to make a cut here and do some parkour to try and get back up. I'll see you in a sec. And we've made it. Just came up the exact same way I was trying to do before, but I didn't fail the jump this time, so let's get back to it. Don't fall. There we go. Go to the other side, flip these guys around. Anyway, before I lose my train of thought, I find that with the constructors and the smelters, it's easy enough just to build them one-to-one, like 100% power usage. But with these assemblers, they're a little bit different. I find it way easier, or at least, you know, you guys may or may not, but I find it way easier to place down a given number of these to fill a factory floor and then work out the percentages that I'll need before I do too much math, if you know what that means. So instead of going through and making sure that these all run at 100 clock speed and I have 120 screws per minute to each one, it's easier just to work out, you know, okay, I can get a belt of screws up here and a belt of plates up here pretty easily. I can get a belt of screws and plates up here pretty easily. I'll just do that instead, you know what I mean? Hopefully I can make it a little bit more obvious what I'm trying to say in the following moments, once I start setting all of this up. In the middle there, yeah, close enough. Bet you, oof, I don't know if we're going to make these screws up here, to be honest. All the others, to be fair, this is going to be a pain in the butt. I'm going to have to work out some belt shenanigans to try and get the resources up here, unfortunately. Always the case, isn't it? Simple jobs turn into monster jobs and you end up spending, you know, 2-3 hours before you're recording just trying to get all the belts where they need to be. Although it does look very satisfying, I'll give it that. When you've laid out all your belts and they look good, it does bring a smile to the face. I know. Get these through where they need to go. Okay. You across. Excuse the frame rate when I look in this direction. It's yeah, RIP GTX 970. Satisfactory is better than a GTX 970, confirmed. Unfortunately, I don't exactly have the money for an upgrade right now, so we're just going to have to deal with it, unfortunately. Alright, where are we going to... I wonder if I can make it happen. I think it's going to be still too low, in all honesty. I don't know if there's going to be any way that I can make this work how I want it to. We're going to need to get the resources from there somehow. Maybe if I bring that across and then up and around. Probably going to be the only way to get it done, isn't it? Right, we're making a tower in the center. Here we go. Yep. If in doubt, make a tower. I wanted to keep all the belts really nice and neat and tidy here, but it's just become a little bit too cramped to still be feasible to do that, unfortunately. I might do it this way, actually. Bring you up like that. Over to here. Flick you around there. Oh, come on, man. Mang. Really? Come on, Mang. Well, we can fix this. Unfortunately, I think if I move that back to like here-ish, that should do the trick, hopefully. Have a look. Yeah, look, that'll do. Guess that means I'm going to have to bring this back too. I've got no idea how I'm going to get the steel plates up here though. Probably more spaghetti mess, unfortunately. That's that. Oh, don't fall off. And I believe that's got... So we'll be on to this belt. So I know that this isn't very tidy. It's It's quite unpleasant for me to look at also, unfortunately, but it's just becoming too difficult to get these screws off the belts because of how tightly they're packed together. Oh, man. Come on, man. It'll be fine. We'll do this. Sure. Good enough. Oh, good enough. Okay, and then the last thing that we're going to need is that guy over there. How I'm going to get him up, I've got no clue. We're obviously going to need a splitter over here somewhere. This is. Oh, man. The joys. The joys of belt surfing. Okay, hang on. So I'm thinking a splitter right here. Maybe there. And then we can see if we can loop it around and up. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to see if we can loop it. You want to. He wants to so bad. Why? Why, Gaha? Why gotta be like this? Oh, frames. Yeah. If I can get it out of there, up to here, we might be golden. Can we reach? Maybe over here? Oh, come on. No. No. Dang it. It keeps coming out the wrong way. Does anybody know why it does this in the game? Because I'm actually not sure why it does that. Sometimes it comes from one direction, sometimes it comes from the other direction. It's a little bit unpredictable. Well, what if I get him over there? Can I make that happen? Gonna have to do. Works for me. Rightio, cool. We got some of those coming up. We're gonna need to do some jankiness on this side to get it to work, I think, unfortunately. Oh, dang, boy. Right. Over here. Strudel floop. Think if we come from here around onto those screws the same way we did last time, it's probably going to be the best. I go like this. Gives us somewhere to stand. Come up around, potentially. Then place that somewhere if it's going to let me. You know you want to. You know you want to. Come on. Got it. Belt is too deep. Good. Well. What if we take you away and we bring you up to here? Oh, belt too steep still. Okay, well if I go there and then you go up into the... possibly another set of these? I don't think that's going to be enough, is it? Oh, where am I? Nah, definitely not. Like that was wishful thinking if I ever saw it. I'm going to make another stack, I think. This is going to be the messiest thing I've built on the channel, unfortunately. It's just the more you pick up resources, the less you can have your belts looking like that way over there, and the more they start looking like this mess. So as much as this pains me to do this sort of stuff and clip belts, I don't really have much choice. Oh, that actually doesn't look like it clips too much. I mean, it clips a little bit, but doesn't look terrible, I guess. Ah, that'll work. Cool. Oh, no. Oh, no, we're good. I was like, we've got too many screws, Captain. Right, okay. Get these off our belts real quick. That's this side. What? Plates and screws. Sweet. I think the other side's probably going to be plates and screws now. With any luck. No. Plates and nothing. Oh. That'll do it. Ah, there's your problem. Come on. Get on that. Hey. Hello? Hello? What are you doing? What the floop? How does that even... Okay. I've been flamboozled by this game. Look at this. That's ridiculous. Come on. Is that good? Is that actually placed there now? Yeah, good. Okay, cool. You've really got to watch out for stuff like that in this game. It did it to me over... Let me jump over there for a second without hopefully falling off. Just down in the corner there with the quick wire. So it connected to the second like little wall somehow. So when it comes around this corner, as you can see with the plates, how it comes around, instead of connecting to there, it connected to this wall through that wall. And I didn't pick it up, and I was like, why is it not working? That's why. So if you see that happening, you just need to destroy both the belts and re-add them for whatever reason. Now here's where all the magic happens. So we've done all the hard work of, you know, getting bamboozled by belts. Now what I like to do is just come along with my splitters, splitter lifestyle, and this is clearly a feature for a reason, so punk, punk, and I go through all the way, and I'll do this on every single one. Wait, another one. Come on, get on there. And then once we get to the very end, with any luck, I should have just the right amount of screws and plates. Well, I think I'll have too many plates. Because there's 450 plates per minute on that belt. Like, we're not going to use all of those 450 plates per minute. I'm sort of using this main belt like this as my bus, I guess. And I've intentionally overpopulated it with resources, so that way we don't have to have 50 buses running. Having said that, there is obviously 6 Mark IV belts of screws and 6 Mark IV belts of wire, but that's just because we have so many screws and so much wire that we really don't have a choice. It's got to be done that way, unfortunately. Snap. Dicky devil. Slap you on there. Yeah, the game's a little bit strange. Like, I'm going to have to start definitely lowering the settings because it's just not keeping up. Like, if I look in this direction, so this is the amount of stuff that the game wants you to have to actually run like a decent sized factory, like a decent end game factory. But it chokes the resources. Like, I'm not using a terrible computer. Admittedly, I am recording my screen and playing the game at the same time, but the CPU should be fine with that because I've got a 4990K i7, so it should be keeping up just fine. Like, it's not a budget CPU. It's a little bit old, but and then the graphics card is a little bit budgety boy, but you know, didn't have a massive amount of money to spend, so we got through with what we could. Jump up here. Having said that, though, I do have a new microphone coming in the mail. It's a Audio-Technica AT2020, so with any luck, the sound quality on these videos should be way up compared to what it is currently, because I'm using a cheap $20 Amazon mic that I found. So with any luck, I'll have better quality audio for you guys to listen to. So I'm obviously going to be focusing on your experience in watching, more so than my experience in playing for the time being. And once I start getting a little bit more play money, I'll start investing more into the experience, you know, something that could potentially run 4K, stuff like that. But for the moment, there's no way, and this is going the wrong way, isn't it? There's no way in a million years that this system's ever going to run 4K. Like, it's struggling with Satisfactory in 1080. So, yeah. And when myself and my partner went out the other day to the computer store, well, the local computer store anyway, and the prices on those 2080s are ridiculous. They're still sitting around the two and a bit grand mark, which is absolutely absurd. Like, that's so much money. Makes you wonder how people get it. Anyway. We're almost done with this floor. So this floor is no different to the other 2 floors I've already made down below. So if you were curious what's been happening, I've just saved you probably an hour of your life. So you can just watch this instead if you want to see how to build this, as opposed to going through and the lag and copping a 4-hour video of me placing cables and conveyor belts and assemblers. Oh, come on, got this. Fuck you in. Oh, in. There we are. And did I do these? Oh, rookie! Look at this. What is this? Also, we're going to have to start thinking about getting a jetpack soon, because I'm getting pretty sick of having to jump around all the time when I could just be flying. It's not like we have a shortage of fuel. I've got an entire pure node worth of oil just over there. It's all getting converted into fuel to run my generators to try and run this behemoth mega base. So it may look like there's a heap of fuel there, but yeah, like the power is, what's the power? Let's have a look. The 3,900 megawatts. I actually capped that at one point. I was producing 4,000 megawatts and I was shutting my power grid down. So we're gonna need to expand that as well, probably before we actually start having everything cranking at full pace, because I don't think the factory can keep up at this point, unfortunately. Which is ridiculous to think about, considering I've got a full coal power plant set up, as well as a full pure oil node. Oh, come on, give me concrete, please. I don't want to go down there and get some concrete. I don't want to be a chicken. I don't want to be a pot. I don't like gravy. Where is it? You'd be on the ground. Oh, I've got to go all the way to the bottom to get this concrete. Dang. Oh. Yoink, 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 yoink. Do some more parkour. See if we can parkour under that belt. Oh, look at that. Nice. Oh, we can't parkour over that belt, no. Oh. Ah, well, shoot. Get up here, and then up here. And then, oh. Nuts. Right, on the... Ooh, come on. Yes. Got it. First try. We've already done this. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. The power poles. I didn't have anywhere enough concrete. There we go. So, oh, hey, come on, hey, power pole. Come on. There we go. Oh, man. I've died too many. Well, I wouldn't say died too many times, but I've almost died so many times in this game. If I wasn't wearing my super powerful, awesome Blade Runner boot things, the fall damage would have killed me about 10 times by now, just falling off my own factories. Power. Also, if you guys are interested, I brought it up in a previous episode. I can't remember which one it was. Probably like say 12 or 13. In regards to a starter save, so I've got a game that I've spent a good probably 6 or 7 hours on, and I've got all of what you need. Like I've got tier 1, 2, 3, and 4 completely unlocked. Tier 5 and 6 haven't been touched yet. I haven't sent off the resources for the space elevator, and you've got 2 storage containers of each of the main resources. Actually, no, I think it's 4. 4 storage containers of each of the main resources, like wire, cable, steel plates, steel rods, steel beams. I think I've got 8 boxes of steel beams because of the Mark III belts. But yeah, if you guys are interested in having a starter factory to save you from playing through the start of the game over and over again, it's all just put on the ground, so you just rip it up if you want, grab the resources you need, and walk away, whatever you want to do, and just have tier 4 unlocked. Then just leave a message down below and I'll get it sent out to you, because it's realistically only about 3 or 4 meg the save file, so I could even personally email it to you if you wanted it that way, whatever you prefer. At any rate, I think that's this floor done. I'll show you what the reinforced plates I'm talking about. So you come through. Oh. Power, please. Come on. So you come through. You've said, I want reinforced plates. 120 screws per minute. We're not going to be able to do that. So I'll adjust this setting, this clock speed down. I want to say, let's try 54%. What does that give me? 64.8 screws per minute. I know that we can produce 64, I think. So we're going to have to go 53%. And we'll do 53% for each of these. And I'll show you how I worked that math out in a sec. 53? Yeah, we're going to go 53. It's good enough. 53, where are you? These can be really nightmarish sometimes. Sometimes it's way quicker just to come through and go like this. Other times it's an absolute nightmare and you should have just typed it in to begin with. But you just don't know if you're going to save time or waste time with these things. So, this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Over here. Anyway, I'm going to get through all of these, setting them to the right setting, then I'll be back with you. Hey guys, so I've finished doing all of the percentages for all these assemblers. I'm going to do one more floor of assemblers, so I've got industrial encased beams on the bottom, like the bottom floor. Then I've got the rotors on the second floor, and I've got the iron plates on the third floor. So I'm going to do the stators, I believe they're called, whatever these are, these things, on the fourth floor. And then I'm going to make a secondary factory next door to produce the modular frames and motors in. And then I'll probably end up making just like a little building off on its own to produce the heavy modular frames in the future, because you need a manufacturer to do that. You can't do it with an assembler. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have all the main resources built in one. I think these are... Oh. Might build my computers further down then, because I can't get the rubber up here. Oh, sorry, the plastic up here currently. But we do need to make these. That's a problem, isn't it? Oh, well, it's a problem for later. In this episode, we're going to go through and I'll finish up another floor of assemblers, the exact same as this one. And then I'll tart the building up, make it look nice and pretty like the rest. And I'll show you, and I'll be back with an outro. Hopefully it doesn't take any more than an hour, but we'll see. See you in a bit. Rightio guys, so I've finished off that top level like I said I was going to. I've pumped the resources around, ready for us to use in the second assembly building for the tier 2, I guess, assembly items. So the motors and the modular for frames. Because we're going to need, obviously, a already assembled component for that. We're also going to need 2 previously assembled components for these. So they'll go in their own little building, just a small one off to the side here. And yeah, we'll bring those across in the next episode, but that's the assembly building. Sorry it wasn't really a very cutty, like high-paced episode like I usually try to put out, but unfortunately this assembly stuff's pretty dry. So I showed you what a floor is like, and realistically the rest was exactly the same, just repeated. The biggest difference in this episode's, I guess, construction is that I couldn't do a nice neat thing like that, so it's sort of a spaghetti mess. And just purely because of the quantity of resources I was trying to get up all of the copper, screws, and random items from like a main bus like this is very difficult, unless you're okay to overlap belts a little here and there, like there, for example, and sort of just make it work, which I sort of had the just make it work mentality, and, I think it works. Realistically, you don't see it much compared to the rest of them anyway. Like, the ones that you really see are nice and neat. The ones that you don't see so much, I didn't really bother with as much, which is good, I think. Also, a side note, I haven't actually driven this vehicle at all. It's just that each episode, I don't know if it's whenever I load in the game or whatever, it just jiggles down this rock a little bit more, because I used to have it parked here, and now it's down there. So either somebody's come and driven my car on me, or reloading's making this slowly move, which is a little bit strange, and I feel like it's probably affecting the performance of the game somewhat. So, that's been episode, I want to say 15 of my Satisfactory playthrough. So we got the assembly done, which is fantastic. Constructors are done. Concrete's done. Foundry's done. Smelter's done. So we've got a second assembler and the high tier manufacturing to do, and then we're pretty much finished for the mega base, honestly, and then we'll probably do a couple episodes of exploring once we've got all our resources and go see what's around the map, and then by any luck, the update, which is supposed to release, what is it today? It is the 29th of recording this in Australia, so 28th in America. They said they were going to release the update on the 30th, I believe, in like a staging branch kind of a format, so like a secondary game that's unstable. So I may not switch over to that right away, but they said within about a week, Coffee Stain being they, of course, said within about a week they want to have a stable patch out. So with any luck, in the next 8 to 10 days, we'll have a nice swanky set of new buildings we need to build. So I need to get busy and finish this mega factory in the next 8 days. So wish me luck. Anyway, I've been some Aussie. If you liked what you saw, give me a like. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more of this sort of stuff on the channel. There'll be plenty more to come. So feel free to stick around. Have a great time. I'll catch yous all later. Bye.